tutorial part is useful.
Alright, we should be live. This should be on voice activation, so I apologize for any background noises people may hear, but we are recording. So, MWO, game tracker, yes.
Today,
Why is everything black on OBS?
same positioning, yeah.
Yes, please, same positioning. There we go. Okay, I'm live on OBS. Alright. So you guys are going to be on top of the hill. So MRMs are very, very dangerous at their maximum range and very, very dangerous at close range. So what I can do at maximum range is I have the same exposure time as you guys do. And back, and forward and back. The faster the mag, the faster this is. But as fast as you guys can shoot back at me with your LBXs and your Ultra 10s, I can deliver that same punch, and it's about as concentrated. So, Mike, I want you guys shooting back at me as soon as you see me. Actually, no, Mike, not a strike. Run away.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, CT, I want you shooting at me because you've got the unit faction play build set up. So, as I come up here, and I can get my missiles off in the same time you can get your ballistics off. So, alright, hold. So at this range, you can't dodge my missiles anymore. But I'm still sandblasting all of your components. If you look at Mike's paper doll, I've hit him everywhere, even though I was aiming CT. So, even at 150 meters, where the LBXs were really, really effective, I'm still hitting all three torsos aiming CT. They're not very effective until you get within about 50 meters or so. That's when you can finally start hitting components pretty consistently. And I could blow off a side torso and not kill your CT.
New target acquired.
So, going back to what I was saying, our exposure times are just about the same. Alright, start shooting back, CT. And the time it takes you to get 2 shots off, I can get all my MRMs off. This is not a trade you're gonna win, ever, because I've got more DPS than you. And I can fall back, cool down, waiting. Pop back up. Get my damage out, fall back down. So trading with MRMs, even when you think you've got the advantage because you're at range, is still not a great idea. You really want to be trading 2-on-1, so Mike, you start shooting me as well. And now I've got to choose my targets. And at this range, I can't kill either of you very quickly. So the more people you get into a fight, the less effective the MRMs become. You guys follow?
Yes, sir. And you can sustain constant rates of fire as well.
Yeah, if I had a cool shot on this thing, I could really easily kill you. Alright, I'm gonna overheat myself. Be faster. Alright, we're gonna have to go back and do the LBXs again because I forgot to record. I'll go ahead and admit that. I'm not perfect. I've been doing a lot today. So, LBXs are not nearly as dangerous at the same range as MRMs are. So you saw I had to get within 50 meters or so in order to be able to focus components with MRMs. And I could fight you effectively from my full range of 600 meters. Even if I was sandblasting quite a bit. LBXs are less concentrated at that range. So even if I'm shooting CT, I'm still missing a significant number of my shots and overall DPS.
But closing to 200, stay away.
Yeah, if I close to 200 meters, I can now single out components, and I have as much DPS as you with far, far less heat.
Way cooler. Yeah, LB2, LB10, LB20s are cooler than ACs.
Yeah, and I've got no jamming, I've got nothing else to worry about. I can just focus on twisting, shooting, because everything else about this weapon system is dumb fire. I don't have to worry about jams, I don't have to worry about my weapons getting desynced because of jams or cooldowns. You know.
Don't even have to worry about aiming.
Online.
They're shotguns. That's true.
All
So let's do
systems
this again. I
green.
want you guys up top
Override
on your the
engaged.
ridge in front of you.
Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Big stompy robots. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, LBXs fall off not at double their range, so you're doing 0 damage at 1100 meters. They actually fall off at triple their range, so even if, you know, they're 1100 meters away, I can still do some damage with these LBX-10s, which is why you see a lot of IS mechs bringing LBX-2s instead of regular Ultra 2s. It's for that farther punch as far as being able to consistently deal damage well beyond their own ranges.
New target acquired.
So right now, I've got Mike here, who's 300 meters from me, and I'm going to try and blow off his right torso. I can get about half my weapons firing and hit that right torso. Or left torso. But come to here within, you know, 200 meters or so, I go from hitting half my shots to hitting almost all of my shots. It's a very dramatic difference. So if you ever get closed on by LBX mechs, you are now at a disadvantage. You need to keep them at that range for as long as you possibly can. So CT,
acquired.
we've been practicing a lot of that whole fallback technique. Now I want you to do a poke fight with me. So only come up when all your guns are unjammed, and only come up whenever you're fully ready to go.
Override
How do you call it?
engaged.
Make sure all your guns are unjammed whenever you peek.
Yeah, but how did you call that type of engagement? You gave it a name and I didn't get it.
There's a couple ways to say it, but I want you to be fully in control of the engagement. We've done things like where you're poking up, poking back, and using that to control the aggression. You have the initiative right now. And that's what's very, very important about fighting LBXs in particular, is owning the initiative and making sure he can't shoot you when you are not ready.
On your call.
Alright, go for it. So we're at 200 meters. I should be able to hit most of my shots on his torsos here.
350.
Yep. And see, these are marginal shots that he can take because he's got pinpoint that I really can't. So I'm moving here a little bit, trying to mitigate his damage, his aim. But you can see, I'm totally cool right now. I'm wasting my heat. But CT right now is cooling off, making sure he's having full access to all of his DPS before he's poking me.
Critical damage.
And you see how much of a difference it makes. Like, I'm still winning this fight, but it's not comfortable anymore. This is how the Bloodass has to fight versus the LBXs. And this gets worse and worse the longer range this gets. I mean, I'm a better pilot than CT, I've got better aim, so... But if he could blow off a right torso or a left torso, that really cripples my ability to fight back here. Alright, Mike, get into the game. Start shooting me as well. So now I'm having to bob and twist from two mechs in two different directions. Mike's already lost a side torso, but
Torso.
the more complicated you can make for this setup, because it's very, very comfortable driving these mechs. They're very cold, they're very focused, they've got a lot of armor, and they're just going to walk into you. You need to keep them on the defensive and having to worry about what else is coming. You cannot give them the initiative. So, we're going to work on damage mitigation right after they finish blowing you apart, because this is really difficult, and I'm running out of armor. I think I've crit out all those guns on CT, but
No mistake.
yeah, standard engine, so. Alright, blow me up. Cool. Now let's talk damage mitigation. So both these weapons are spread-based. You're really not pinpoint aiming anything. Do you guys have Bloodass A with the jump jet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you bring that CT?
Yeah.
Mike, can you bring something with jump jets as big as you have?
Yeah, I'll have a quick look. I think in the Executioner.
Executioner has jump jets?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right, I'm going back to
Lasting
my
jump jet.
MRM mech.
You could almost get it on the wall on video. Some guys do.
Dang. All right, so the biggest thing that we're going to be doing is you need to be focusing on changing your elevations so that a lot of my shots end up hitting your legs. And try not to necessarily leg shield, but if you keep moving up and down using both the terrain and your jump jets, I can't focus components very well, and I'm going to spread damage all over your legs where I'm not aiming.
Messes up the hit registry.
Exactly. And the more spread out the weapons, the less that works. So if I had Gauss PPC, I could be nailing you in the right torso the entire time. But because I've got LBXs and MRMs, I can't take those marginal shots nearly as comfortably, especially with the ammo limitations on a lot of these mechs.
This is command.
Like, I've got 2,800 missiles, which feels like a lot, but it never is.
Override engaged.
Okay.
Half of it made it.
So you guys are going to fight from your hill, I'm going to fight from my hill, and I'm both of you popping up and taking shots at me. Use your jump jets to try and change your own elevation as you go. Yeah, real dramatic rises and falls. You guys aren't shooting me, you're just trying to damage mitigate for right now. So I'm shooting you.
Acquired. New target acquired. Override shut down.
Do it again. Do it again.
New target. Override shut down.
Alright, now I'm hot. Alright, both of you come here so I can take a look at your paper dolls.
New target acquired.
See, you're orange in all your torsos, but both your legs have taken damage.
New
Same
target
thing over here with you,
acquired.
Mike. Like, it's really, really hard to get those trading damages. Alright, both of you go back to your spawn and we'll get started again, but this time you guys are going to be able to shoot back. To keep using those jump jets, keep denying me and close in on me, because you know how the MRMs are less effective as you get closer up until you're at point blank range. Because I still can't focus components even at, 250 meters. Alright. Ready, go.
New target acquired. New target.
And the tale is going to be told in the damage numbers here. I'm expecting you guys to have less damage than me overall. But the biggest thing is, neither of you guys are going to end up with an open component, most likely, even though I'm aiming CT for both of you.
Right arm critical damage.
I'll do more damage, but it doesn't matter because I've not managed to get any components or kills. That was an awful, awful shot. Nobody look.
Destroyed.
Oh, that's bad.
Right arm. Left.
Yeah, I overheated.
Can anyone read?
But you see what I'm trying to point out is that the various elevation changes and the various constantly bobbing up and down both the jump jets and with your legs. Like, you can see it in the damage numbers. I died doing 600 damage, but neither of you guys were open, right?
And on the other hand, he could have killed us with only 200 points of damage if this would not occur.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have that much CT armor.
No, that's it.
I did have one question about MRMs though.
Okay.
quite often when we're going through faction play and you hit a tight corner and you hit a quick draw at short range, I'm struggling to ever spread the damage at all, even though they're not necessarily fully accurate. Is there time and things like the Blood Asp to actually spread it across, or if you've just been caught by one, you've been caught by one?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you take a quick draw and I'll take a Blood Asp and we'll go through it.
I don't actually have one to hand.
CT, do you have a quick draw?
Yep.
Okay, CT, take a quick draw and you can watch us. So let's get a map with some sharper corners. All right, we'll do Steiner. One moment. Okay. Sorry,
Also jumping quick draws as well, trying to pop up and do their MRMs, finding that a lot.
It's more about lessening their exposure time. It's the same thing you'd see with PPCs on Summoners and even Blackjacks. Them doing that is a way to not get shot, but at the same time, it lessens their DPS because of the jump jet heat and the amount of time it takes them to reset. So they've got to stop, let their jump jets refuel, jump back up, get another shot off. So if you know that they've got, maybe 2/3 of their total DPS, as well as, unless they're, Pasha or somebody else from JGX, they're not really hitting all their shots nearly the same way. I want you to come to Bravo 2 and we'll set up around one of the pillars. So, know that when you're fighting a jump jetting and pop tarting quick draw, as long as you're not giving them your back, you can kill their teammates and you can do it faster than they can kill you.
Okay.
They are never going to be the threat, and if they are, you need to walk towards them and deny them that advantage, because if you trade playing their game, you're not going to win. Okay, so quick draw, pop down here and get on the other side of this pillar. And Mike, can you set up? Yeah, perfect, where you can watch us.
Am I good here? You want me same level?
No, I want you down here. So I'm going to come left around the pillar and run into you. So go where my guns are. Alright, so you were specifically concerned with how to spread damage whenever you run into a quick draw at close range, yes?
Correct.
Okay, so I am coming around. There is a quick draw at close range. Oh no! So he's going to be gunning for my left torso because that's where all my guns are. The biggest thing is whenever I see him fire, I'm immediately turning. And you need to keep a mental count in your head of when he last fired and be able to already start to turn. So,
Target acquired.
now you can see he's got my arm hurt, he's got my torso open. I twist, and if you look at my paper doll, you can see neither of my torsos are open. And I'm being able to fire back really effectively. So I'm going to stop shooting CT and just focus on dodging here for a little bit. So every time, like 5-6 seconds have passed, I know he's ready to fire, and I'm immediately pre-turning. Come back, get my guns on, turn again. Come back, guns on, turn again. So you see, it's more of a cadence thing, even at close range.
Critical damage.
So CT, get aggressive on me, get within like 50 meters.
Torso, critical damage. Left torso, critical damage. Ultra autocannon destroyed.
Hands up.
No. Alright, so at close range, even then you can still do this. So you've got to start preempting his movements. So I'm expecting him to have one ready. And you keep twisting as it comes up. So that's more of a game knowledge thing. You know when he's ready to fire, and you try and bait him into shooting a piece of you that you're not that worried about.
Exactly.
So you got to pre-twist, expecting him to fire, and then untwist and give him all the guns.
I was surprised at the time that took for him.
But I mean, I
Good shot.
Yeah. I ended up taking something like 600 damage there. It takes that long for me to put him down. So let me grab a quick draw and we'll work through it together with you being in a blood asp.
What mean of last? Yeah.
It's not going to matter, CT. Tell what, you watch.
All right.
So we're going to do the same thing on that same corner. And I'm going to let you know, I'm going to give a running countdown of when my MRMs are coming back up. So you can start to pre-twist and you can get that expectation in your head. Okay?
Understood.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Every weapon is about damage mitigation.
All systems nominal.
There are very few of them that
Override
you can
engaged.
take such an active role in mitigating the damage as MRMs and LBXs because they're not pinpoint weapons at all. Like if you had somebody shooting at you with like heavy medium lasers with a really, really long burn time, you can take advantage of that and make sure they don't have a single component to focus on. You can do the same thing with these. Alright, so I am your friendly neighborhood quick draw, looking for evil, dirty clanners. I'm over here, by the way. Oh, you went to Bravo too, like I told you to. And I'm the one doing it wrong.
I thought you were laughing at me there secretly.
No, I did it wrong. Alright, huddle up next to one of the pillars, and I'll get on the other side.
Airstrike online.
Alright, so you wander around a corner and you stumble across a quick draw at close range. So I'm going to get the first gun. 3, 2, 1, fire! 3, 2, 1, fire!
Acquired.
3, 2, 1, fire! 3, 2, 1, fire!
Critical.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Damage.
So you get the cadence. Hold.
Critical damage.
So you get the cadence that I've got to turn and shoot at you with. Whenever you see me turning ready to shoot at you, you need to be preemptively twisting and shielding that weaker side from me. Don't wait for me to shoot you. It'll be too late. You're in an assault. You can't move that fast. So let's do a couple of dry runs, considering your torso is already open. So, as I'm turning, you're shielding. No, farther than that, I can still shoot you. There you go. Now that's your back. You gotta be 90 degrees to me. So, if you're ever worried about 90 degrees, you see there's a little arrow on your mini-map that shows where your legs are pointing?
Yep.
Do you have a UAV? If you do, pop
only
one.
strikes on this one, yeah.
Okay. So, you need to make sure you're about that. That's 90 degrees from the red dot that I am. So that's how you
Yep,
can
got ya.
fight and not like I can't see you right now, but I know you're right. You only can shoot my left side. Like you don't have my back. That's how you do it. You have to drive by mini map. So all right, I'm now turning to shoot you, and you're gonna shield your left torso from me and turn. There you go. And 3, 2, 1, fire. 3, 2, 1, fire. There you go. So you need to get that cadence down because sometimes people will fake you out or they need to like start shielding a different side. Like my left torso is open, so I need to, swing all the way around to make sure you don't have any shots at that. But you got to keep in your head the mental clock of how soon will their weapons be up, and it's different for everything. It's gonna take. You got to get back into the swing of the game. That's the short answer
Yeah,
for this.
pretty much, yeah. And MRMs weren't around when I last played.
Yep. So, all right, we'll go in live again, and go. There you go. Deny me that left torso as long as you can.
Destroyed. Right arm critical.
Yeah. Alright, we'll try it again.
Hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
I've recorded the spectators view.
Appreciate it. Could you send that to me when we're done?
Yeah, well, I'll upload it to YouTube and send it to you on Discord. Good?
Alright, I'll, well, don't do it now, because that'll kill your,
No, that's it. Once we're done.
Alright, we'll do it again, Mike. So what was the meta when you left? Was it Gauss PPC? Mike?
Yeah, I suppose it does.
Reactor.
Laser vomit and
Sensors
Uh,
online.
mainly quirks on PPC. The mechs obviously were different then. You'd have 3 of every mech, and then there would be certain clan mechs where you wouldn't switch the Omnipods out, whereas things like the Bloodass now and the good mechs, they kind of take away a lot of the quirks. So
Right.
the meta changed every 2-3 months with the newest mech that came out.
Oh man, those must have been funner days. Alright,
Like, just before I left, Mad Cats were popular and Supernovas were the be-all and end-all just before that.
25%. Fuel at 0%.
You guys still deployed?
alright. So, you round the corner and you find a quick draw. Oh no.
Oh, I'm not spectating anymore.
Alright.
You left
3,
me.
2, 1,
Uh-huh.
fire!
Acquired.
3, 2, 1, fire! Alright, you gotta start shielding the other side now. 3, 2, 1, fire! There you go. 3, 2, 1, fire! Keep me from killing that torso.
Critical damage.
Fire!
Critical.
3, 2, 1, fire! 3, 2, 1, fire! There you go. Alright. Now you've got nothing left to shield with, so it's over, but you did much, much better that time.
We're detecting no more hostiles.
And now you see why you need to work on the elevation and the jump jet part of that, especially closer ranges, because if you're going to get any of that damage hitting your legs, you live a lot longer.
Correct.
So, not all the Bloodass have jump jets. That's more of a thing for mediums. I can't remember if the Gargoyles have jump jets or not. I'm not a big jump jet guy.
Negative. They don't.
But, alright. CT, are you in here? Hopefully this works. I don't know why that kicked you out last time. Okay, so you guys feel comfortable with this?
I do.
Alright. Let's put it all in practice. So, you're going up against my LBX Sleipnir. And I'm going hard mode, and you guys both take heavies.
Any kind?
You can take land, IS, doesn't matter. Just so it's the best way I know to balance this. All right. So show me what you learned. Now, normally after this, Mike, we do a couple rounds of quick play, and we try and focus on what we've learned. But I've actually got a fairly busy day, so if you want to keep playing with CT, you can.
Thank you. Yeah.
Reactor online.
But I try and keep these under an hour.
Online. Weapons.
It's too long to
online.
sit there and expect somebody to look at a training video on
All
YouTube,
systems nominal.
especially since I don't edit them.
This is Command.
Override Engage.
Suggestion: you want to engage one guy at a time.
Nope, I'm gonna fight you both. Because I would stomp either one of you, and that's not really fair. That's why I had you go down to heavies. So use those elevation changes, and use your range advantages. Deny me close shots where I can focus components. I'll still do damage to you, but it won't be nearly as effective damage. So you took an Onion Knight, where I'm going to be able to focus that torso with all the SRMs really easily, because you've got to get close to me. These LBXs, if you give me your back, I'll crit everything out.
Online.
There you go, Evan Jag. Keep that range up. See, I've caught the Onion Knight now.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Clean up the
Can't get
survivors.
close.
We're taking critical loss.
You gotta fight from range, CT.
Fall through.
Critical damage.
Good, you're dividing your weapon groups, so I have to show you CT. Very good.
Sorry, it didn't help you there, Eagle. Didn't even
Disappeared.
soften him up for you.
He disappeared. There he is. Mike, you may want to go spend some time in the academy. Go up to your, I think it's course G, shooting gallery. You can change the settings to where you do like 8 points of damage to a mech before it blows up. Spend some time in there so you can get the tracking moving targets down. Really helps.
Yeah, it sure does. It helped me a lot with my burn times.
Did you drop down? Yes, you did.
Critical damage.
You got his right torso open.
Critical damage. Right arm destroyed. Caliber 10 destroyed.
Ah!
Did you overheat?
No, I just know I'm close to you.
Ah! Should have had you right there.
Torso destroyed. Artillery strike activated.
It's been a good fight.
Artillery strike online.
See how those like marginal shots, you really can't take them in LBXs.
artillery strike activated.
You see just how you can see just how fast that ended as soon as I was able to close the range with you. Finally,
Yeah.
you can't let him close. Anyway, well played, and thank you all for watching.